Jon Impemba and James Grande.
What's going on, FA Nation? Jon Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS Playbook Preview Show. We are looking at the Monday 8-game slate over on DraftKings. Grande, happy Monday to you, sir.
Happy Monday.
Pretty fun slate here, I guess. Looking at the top spends: Luka Doncic, Victor Wembanyama, Cade Cunningham, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think I said that correctly.
John, he's like one of the best players in the world. Antetokounmpo?
Did I say that correctly? Antetokounmpo? There's a P in there, not a B. I said P.
I heard B. I will.
Well, give it to the chat. I absolutely said P, but P and B sound similar. I didn't call him Dikembe Mutombo.
I honestly kind of heard the umbo as if you were going for
there's
Mutombo.
There's always a little Boston accent gets thrown into things, so that does throw stuff off at times.
Okay.
But
I mean,
I gave him my best shot. Usually I just call him Giannis. I did it for you. I tried to pronounce the name for you.
I know. And I'm kind of proud. Like, I wish I could say I'm proud. I'm very
I think
disappointed.
I think you might have just heard the P as a B, but you know what? We'll leave
I'll
it
believe
to the crowd.
Yeah, we'll let them decide, but I'll take your word for it.
I'll say this. Usually I don't have a good track record with the crowd. The audience always tends to side with you because they like you better anyways. But I promise the P was there, not the B. But whatever, that's fine. Luka,
I believe you.
Giannis, and Cade up over $10,000 on this main slate here. So we will dive into it. We go position by position. We have the Lakers versus the Hornets. We have Luka at $12,000. We have Cade at $10,500. Is your top two priced plays in the slate. Luka did not come through for us on Saturday.
Nope.
We're watching Cade right now. Regardless of where he's at in the first half of this game, there's a second half.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
Really does not matter. Great matchup for him though against the Wizards here. So if you want to link in the top guys, including the 9K plays, that also includes Giddey, maybe $9,700. Got a little is probable or questionable tag here.
He got his ankles. Did you see the DeAndre Hunter?
Yeah, I saw the literal ankle break. Yeah.
Yeah. So he is now questionable because DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah.
Quite literally shook him out of his shoes. Yeah.
And then we have Devin Booker, who may be without Jalen Green again.
No, confirmed.
Confirmed out with Jalen Green again because he got hurt. So those are your top four price guys.
Yeah, it's there's not a lot to dislike. Luka is, despite we've seen this before, like teams that have no business compete, and then the Hawks did that last year with the fight in Keaton Wallace's, and they did it to the Bulls last year.
Yeah,
did it again. Definitely good with going to Luka at $12K. Cade has the ultimate spot here against Washington. 10-5 is not too expensive. Tough spot for Giddey. String of really tough spots in a row: Milwaukee, Cleveland, and San Antonio. On the Giddey front, I'm fine with it if you get there at 97 with an ankle. I think Devin Booker's the one that I'm incredibly interested by. He's been incredible to begin with. We've talked about the potential assists. He's right up there amongst the league lead in that category. Almost notched his first career triple-double the other day. The rebounds have been up at that. And obviously he's an elite scorer. The role has been tremendous. This Phoenix team is kind of fun too. Mm-hmm. Really good spot against the Pelicans. So I love Devin Booker. I don't think there's a wrong answer. Giddey's probably the least likely I'd get to. And I'm telling you, I wouldn't get to a guy that had back-to-back triple-doubles like last week. He's almost averaging one. So no wrong answers, but I think Giddey's probably fourth for me.
Garland played 28 minutes in that second game. Looked pretty good.
Yep.
Didn't play the next game because of the back-to-back. I assume now we're looking at 30 probably right here against Miami.
Yeah, it was good to see. They did not care what the score was. They just wanted to get their guy the minutes. They just wanted to properly ramp Darius Garland, and they did. And This is as fun a game as we're going to get because the Miami Heat atmosphere is
Number one pace team.
Dude, it just continues. Like, it just hasn't slowed down. Second leg of a back-to-back. First leg, they score 126. Second leg, they score 136. They gave up 131 to Portland. Yeah, like, if I could get to Mitchell, I would get to Mitchell. But Garland, if he's playing 30 minutes, I don't have a problem with it in this environment.
Holiday, Keontae George. We got De'Aaron Fox make his debut. Played 31 off the jump.
Said, quote, "I'm good at basketball," end quote. That's
Yeah.
what it's literally the quote that he gave.
Yeah. Well, he is.
He's can confirm.
Those are factual. Those are factual. So him, Fox, Sexton, if no ball's already out, I mean, the mid-tier looks pretty good here.
Looks great. You know, Garland, I would say that's probably the issue with Garland, right? That he could potentially be limited. Drew is coming off 36, 35 minutes, 58 fantasy points his last time out. Yeah. We've talked extensively about Drew Holiday.
He's so good he's right now.
He's so good, dude. He's so good. Portland is another really fun team, minus, the fact that their head coach hates them. But everything else about Portland is former head coach or current suspended head coach for alleged activity. But yeah, Drew looks great. Keontae, Utah is going to Utah. They lost by 40. That's going to happen. They do play Minnesota again. That's something. At least they get Minnesota on the second leg of a back-to-back, I guess, question mark, possibly. I really have a hard time not just looking at De'Aaron Fox at 6,900 and being like, yeah, probably just going to click that button. De'Aaron Fox in no real world should be 6,900.
Nope.
They had come out and said prior to that game, there was going to be no limit. And there was obviously some limit. 31 minutes is not what De'Aaron Fox is going to average on the year. But I guarantee you that 31 ramps up pretty fast if he came out looking like that. Like Sexton looks good, but I could just pay 200 more for De'Aaron Fox. Like it's just one of those scenarios. Rollins, GPPs looked good on Sunday. Russell, the minutes are off a cliff, even though he's now entered the starting lineup. And then DiVincenzo, only if someone's out. I mean, for me, oh boy, De'Aaron Fox at 6,900 is, I feel like I'm striking gold at that price tag.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's definitely more players on San Antonio that could do some damage there that maybe draws away, but it is De'Aaron Fox, right?
He is like the guy after Wemby, right? Like they gave him.
I mean, Castle, obviously, Vassell, there's guys like that can pop off.
Yeah, Castle had a double-double. Castle had double-double in this game still.
Yeah. But I agree with you. Given the matchup, especially, I want Giddey, obviously, to play in this game for the sake of Chicago. If he doesn't, though, Trey Jones certainly becomes appealing at $5,600 there. Davion's 55, Trey Mann 54. They started Isaiah Collier.
They sure did.
They did. They put him in the lineup. What are we thinking for some value in 5K range?
Yeah, your point in Trey Jones is good, especially if Giddey's out. Davion's looked really good this year, but especially lately, no Bam Adebayo. Would definitely be good going to Davion again. Trey Mann, obviously, if there's no LaMelo, I guess probably temper expectations, but he's obviously played himself into a nice role. Collier just can't really get there. I think the Gillespie thing is interesting. We saw Jalen Green go out, even with Dylan Brooks back, and Gillespie plays 26 minutes. Like, he just seems to be a guy they want to give time to. So I think Gillespie's fine. And then I think when we talk about Jeremiah Fears, there is a wide range of outcomes. Him and Jose Alvarado are never sharing the floor together. You just hope Jeremiah Fears has a good game and you get the best side of the split, because it's just going to be him and Alvarado in a full timeshare, and then TBD on if Fears is playing well, then he'll be the dominant side of the split. So
a great matchup for whoever gets the up there. Any other value plays?
Trey Johnson, if he starts again, I would go there. They already ruled out Koulibaly, so I expect it to be Johnson, just kind of how things have gone. You could play Alvarado if you think that there's going to be a down game for Fears. You could play Bub. He just seems to be high 20s minutes, not the best ceiling, but he did have a bunch of assists the other day. Brandon Williams has been incredibly good for Dallas. He's been better than D'Angelo Russell.
Say the reason D'Angelo Russell's not getting on the floor.
Yeah, and this is kind of what we saw last year from Brandon Williams when they had 8 players down like the final month of the year, where like Brandon Williams was just a good player. That's probably it. Jared Goodwin's kind of Jaden Hardy's getting some time here and there, but not enough. Yeah, that's probably it.
Okay. Shooting guard, you said you want to get to Donovan Mitchell. He's only $9,200. So pretty good price tag there. Edwards is 86.
Yeah, it's brutal. That's a miss. That feels like a misprice.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see. Obviously, they play tonight. They play Sacramento. Maybe we'll watch and see what happens with that game. But 86, yeah, that's crazy. For him there. I guess we'll see with Reeves.
Yeah, he's questionable. Yeah,
so got him there. Murphy, Castle. Then George and Powell round up the 7K range.
Yeah, I mean Trey Murphy coming off the Trey Murphy game we've been waiting for, and coincidentally, Derek Queen had another 8 assists in that game. So
Derek Queen was good in that game.
Yeah, and Trey Murphy spent his whole post game basically talking about how good of a passer Derek Queen is, and now we've seen that like every time Derek Queen's been extended. That guy. They probably. I probably think they should. Trey Murphy, 79, definitely good. I think Castle, back-to-back double-doubles for Stephon Castle, very interesting. I'd love to see that sustain, but we'll see, right? Mm-hmm. De'Aaron Fox is a ball-dominant player. Wemby's pretty ball-dominant, so we'll see what the sustainability is there, but sure. Sure. Norm, I kind of said it to you the other day. I've kind of said it for like a week now. No matter how good Norm's been since this return, they don't like really increase his minutes, and it's a little frustrating. It's a little tough to get to a 7K Norm as great as he is. I just want more of a ceiling in terms of minutes, especially for a guy who does rely so heavily on scoring. I don't know if I can get there, if I'm okay with it. Cooper Flagg now shooting guard only, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I did like the 30 minutes at least, for Norm. So, but
that's been largely the case. That's not.
Well, you played 36 earlier, 32, right? So you were a little concerned that maybe they were going to keep him around that lower range when he came back. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's a higher ceiling of minutes potentially.
I mean, I'm just sure. I'm just not. It's hard to pay 7K for a guy who right now is come back from a great injury and been unable to go past 30.
Okay. Flags there. Sexton, Shaedon Sharpe, Jaime Jaquez is $6,500. Grayson Allen was another one that kind of got a bump when there was no Jalen Green. Con Knepel's been unreal with LaMelo off the floor. Keyshawn George, 62. Desmond Bain, 61. Laravia's up to 6K. I mean, that's a pretty solid tier for just eight games on the slate.
Yeah, like if I'm looking at this tier, I think I'd rather play someone like in the minutes range, Jaime Jaquez over like Norm. If I had to, not that we have to pick, but like he's just doing more while he's out there. He's been incredible as a playmaker and as just an everything for the Heat. Shaedon in tournaments, Jaquez, Grayson Allen, all the production kind of fell off with everyone back, but now there's no Jalen Green again. So I guess we'll see if he re-enters the starting lineup. Knipple, as you mentioned, has been so good.
Dude, they said
in
his
his
rebounding
time.
prop at 5.5 again the other day, and he basically cleared it in his first shift. So
Yeah, and it's not. We'll see, but it's also Bridges questionable in this game. So it's
mhm.
LaMelo out, Bridges questionable. So just could be more Knipple everywhere. Keyshawn looks to be a just completely different player than he was through the first two games. Bane, after one good game against Boston, kind of regresses again, which, kind of is what it is. But,
Yep.
and then Laravia, yeah, I mean, you can't, the minutes last game really don't matter because Redick benched their whole team
Mhm.
going into the fourth quarter. I'd be less inclined to get there with
If Reeves comes back.
if Reeves is back, but if Reeves doesn't, it's fine.
Okay. Going down below 6K then, you have, again, Trey Mann, we kind of touched on at point guard a little bit. Christie, Champagne's 5K, Tyson. Guys are back for Cleveland, so I don't know how your thoughts are there. Value range for you? Anybody pop?
Not particularly. I mean, Max Christie has played well, but I don't really want to pay over $5,000 for Max Christie, especially with Anthony Davis potentially returning here.
Yeah.
Herder, I think, looks pretty good. That would, he would obviously get a pretty big boost if there's no Giddey. Anthony Black, I guess we didn't really talk Anthony Black. Definitely live for Jalen Suggs to sit.
Yeah, because you mentioned the minutes that Suggs played tonight, right?
28, yeah, 28 minutes, which was 29 minutes, which was obviously season high. He hadn't even, I don't think he topped 20 before that. So my assumption would be Suggs doesn't play, but I guess remains to be seen. If there's no Suggs, Anthony Black, 4,700 looks pretty good. Io, I think Io would probably be the starter and not Herder if Giddey were to sit. So Io at 42. They limited him so he could play on the back-to-back, which I don't really understand, but sure. And I think that's probably it.
Okay. Small forward we go then. Wagner $7,800, PJ Washington 74. Your top two guys just in the 7K tier. Hunter, Asor, Hakazu touched on a lot of these guys with dual position eligibility, kind of rounding out your 6K range. So not a position we need to spend up for, but do you find yourself looking at a Wagner or Washington given their spots here?
I don't know. Franz, I think Wagner's definitely fine. PJ is definitely TBD because I don't think I'd get to $7,400 PJ Washington if Anthony Davis is back.
Okay.
I think it'd just be harder to pay that price if it's AD and Gafford's playing too. Gafford's questionable. That the front court, we're back at that massive front court where PJ just feels too expensive. Same thing with Hunter, kind of feels a little too expensive, although he nuked the other day. Asar looks great. Jaquez, we talked about, he looks great. Vassell, it's going to be tough to pay a price tag like that for Vassell moving forward with the Aaron Fox back and stuff. Jeremy Grant, just super good, dude. He has had, I don't know what the hell's going on, but he has been so incredible.
Maybe having like Drew Holiday run the offense for him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he's operating as the sixth man. Like it's just second unit to himself kind of thing. He's just been so good, but 6K, I mean, sure.
Good. I mean, it's considering the ranges that we've played this guy before, right?
Yeah.
I would agree with you. We've always known he's an offensive guy. This is a guy that is, infamously kind of picked and chose where he wanted to go because he wanted to be a featured offensive player. So kind of getting those opportunities off the bench to be like the go-to guy, I guess maybe is finally working out for him here.
Agreed. And then you start looking at the sub 6K guys. Like Jaden McDaniels feels a little too cheap or like appropriately priced. Same thing with I feel like most of this tier, I don't think anything stands out. Maybe Herb Jones because of how depleted New Orleans is, but even him, we've seen him go through his like wishy-washy offensive days.
You're not chasing the Najee Marshall bomb we got the other day.
I know. I like Najee Marshall a lot. I think he's a good player.
We had the historic run last year with Najee Marshall,
where he was their point guard.
He was their best player.
He was their best player. He was their point guard. Yeah,
we're talking like 8K Najee Marshall. Like you almost got to play him. I think.
Yeah, it was a crazy run. Probably not gonna chase the Najee Marshall game, but you can, if you want to, someone out there wants to chase the Najee Marshall game.
Any other value down here that you're interested in?
Pell Larson is just kind of in this mid-20s role. The efficiency offensively is just not going to continue. But if you think it continues here and in a 244 implied point total, then do it. Holland, if Stewart can't play or Toby can't play, we'll see Holland start again.
Sure.
Probably that's probably it. I don't I'm tripping out because like now I have to check the 3K tier because they DraftKings did it again the other day where on Saturday their late slate Andrew Nembhard was 3K.
Yeah.
And he played 35 minutes at $3,000. So now I'm just like I'm not gonna miss another 3K because apparently that's just gonna happen now. We're just
guys that come back from injury or whatever like that.
We're not paying attention. We're just not paying attention. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear. All right, let's go on over to power forward. Then power forward position gives us Giannis at 11-7. Maybe Anthony Davis. We thought there was a chance he was coming back last game. That wasn't to be. Maybe he was kind of waiting on a matchup against Giannis to do so. Banchero was really bad for a lot of this game on Sunday. Then was really good in the fourth quarter, second half of that game. They're home. It is a back-to-back for them. So $9,300 you mentioned. Waiting on the Bridges news there. Mobley in the big Pesa spot. Denny's been really good. Randall's been really good. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, Giannis on the back-to-back too. They played on the in the afternoon. He did play the last back-to-back. We kind of speculated maybe he would sit. He did play the last one. 37 and 36 minutes for Giannis, by the way. I guess the minutes were never an issue.
Yeah, he smashed that back-to-back. The Cup Friday.
Yeah,
Cup Friday was a big day.
Giannis loves a good old cup, huh?
Yeah.
Former champion or reigning champion. Got to remember that. I probably wouldn't go AD. I'd assume there's a limit, right? I mean, coming off a calf strain for him, I'd assume there's a limit.
I saw the report today that the Mavericks ownership is starting to feel uneasy about the negative connotation around their team. Like, you let your GM trade Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis.
Dude, you know what the worst part about that is? Like, they didn't even ask for Austin Reeves.
Right.
Like, it wasn't even a thought. Like, hey, because like even if even the Lakers probably have been like, yeah, that's fine.
You
can have
honestly whatever you want, just
you want Reeves? Sure. Nico didn't even ask. That's dude. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm shocked.
Guy still has his job.
He does. I mean, if they lost to Washington, he would not have. And they were losing in the fourth. I was really hoping for it. Not that I don't want to see anyone lose their job, but so Giannis, great. AD, Paolo definitely would be willing to go back there. Bridges, if he plays without LaMelo, I'm definitely good with it. I think this could be a Mobley smash spot. Just given this game environment is just going to be tremendous. Again,
Jared Allen's been so good lately.
He has, dude. He has been so good. We'll get to Jared Allen to the center spot. There's a higher minute ceiling for Mobley, and obviously, typically, just offensively, there's a higher scoring ceiling as well. But you are 100% correct on Jared Allen. He's been amazing. You know who else has been amazing? Denny Avdia has been amazing. Kind of exactly the player he was at the end of the year last year for Portland, and what kind of gave Portland some juice that they could potentially even like make the play in last year was the leap that Denny took. Imagine the Washington Wizards still had him. That would be wild. But yeah, it's another loaded power forward position. Randall triple doubled in 26 minutes the other day in a absolute shellacking. There's no wrong end. I mean, Markkanen's kind of slowed down. Probably not the spot either, but like this 8K tier is sick. 8K plus, like 8K up is just sick in the head.
Yeah, no, dude, super strong power forward position. Again, if you want to spend up, you certainly can up for Giannis, but there's a lot of guys in this basically under Banchero that are all in really great spots. Talked Washington a little bit, or at least mentioned him at small forward. Wiggins is $6,800. Dylan Brooks is 61. Again, Dylan Brooks is really good to start the season. And
really good to start the season.
He only took 6 shots in 28 minutes, which was not what he was doing to start the season. But again, now he's going to go into this game without Jalen Green. Maybe the shots come back. Would you bite in against the Pelicans at 6,100?
Dude, I think Dylan Brooks is solid. Like, you're right. Didn't like to see 17% usage and 6 shots. He did get to the line 7 times. We should see the minutes increase here. Yeah, I have absolutely no issues with Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, give me the 20-shot Dylan Brooks again. Just green lights.
I love it.
Bazulis is 59, Hachimura 58, Royce O'Neal's $5,400, and another guy that's just going to get some minutes there for Phoenix. What are our thoughts as for we hit this low range for power forward today?
Yeah, I mean, Buzelis is interesting, but we know what there's an obvious very high ceiling, very low floor.
Yeah, I went from 40 fantasy points to 7. So
yeah, and he had massive foul trouble, and that's the second time he's done that this year, where he's just been in foul trouble from Jump Street and been unable to play basketball. Mm-hmm. So there is, it's a GPP play for me only. Can't play Rui at 58. He doesn't do enough. Royce is definitely interesting. The Portis minutes have been slowly trending up, but I just only if Giannis is out, I don't think we can.
And even then, we saw last time when Giannis is out, he's not the beneficiary anymore. It's Kuzma. So
I know he just played center. He was just playing center in that game. I don't know if you saw, but our boy Nikola Jovic had a career game on Saturday. Yeah. We always believed in this Nikola Jovic game.
Just gotta play him, happy, right? No Bam in that game.
And Bam's out. Well, Bam's out again. Yeah. So Khalil Ware is going to start, but like we said, Jovic has multiple positions in the front court that he is going to anchor. So I think 5,200 is not too expensive for him.
Yeah, no, listen. Yes, I agree with you. We were hammering his assist props last year because there's 2.5, and they're like, they don't realize this guy's a playmaker. We'll just keep playing this. And 6 assists, 9 rebounds, gets 31 minutes. The per minute production here is all pretty legit, right? You just look at it, you're like, 7, 4, and 4 in 18 minutes. That's not good for fantasy. It's no, but if he gets to 30 minutes, now you're looking at some real numbers. So no, I agree with you. We're obviously big fans here of Jovic, 52. If Giannis was to sit, obviously, again, Kuzma would get a bump, but he hasn't been very good. Yep. Naz Reid's 5K. Derek Queen, 48. Just play more minutes, man. Let's just get him going.
Yeah, and I'll say Yves Missi is questionable. They closed kind of small with Queen at center last night or on Saturday. And I think we just start seeing that more and more just with the playmaking. So he is a legit playmaker. As much as we clowned on the trade, Derek Queen definitely has a chance. The only reason we clown on the trade, really, we should clown on the trade. But if Derek Queen could change the narrative around that, right? Sure. If he just
all you gotta do is be good. Well, baseball analogy, we clowned the Marlins and the Baltimore Orioles for the Stowers trade, and then Richards went out there and was a Cy Young for the second half.
Rogers, yeah, but yeah.
What?
Rogers,
Rogers, just Cy Young for the second half of the season. So that changed the perspective of that deal. If Rogers all of a sudden is going to be a top of the line starting pitcher, you'll trade Kyle Stowers for that. So
But yeah, I mean, if Queen is going to, so they started Sadiq Bey. I assume they're going to do that again. They've started Sadiq Bey in back-to-back games, and they've basically operated his first shift. He's subbed for Sadiq Bey in each of the last 2 games, while Carlo has subbed for Loondog. So I wonder if with Misi back, who gets cut? Because it's definitely not Derek Queen. Like Derek Queen is just in the rotation now. I wonder if they just completely cut Carlos minutes. But yeah, I am very high on Derek Queen.
As should be the Pelicans be.
Yes, as should the Pelicans.
What are we doing with Vanderbilt? Because that guy went out and had 18 rebounds.
He played the whole fourth.
Yeah, and I know you mentioned they benched the starters, but does this kind of performance against Charlotte like launch him into some additional playing time?
I don't think so. Yeah. I don't think so. I'd probably just largely ignoring it.
All right. I mentioned Holland already. De Silva pops in and out with some games there. Champagny 37. Whitmore played. We missed the Whitmore day.
Yeah, he played a lot of minutes.
29 minutes.
I mean, yeah, I don't have much, not much to add there. Shout out to Cam Whitmore. Happy you finally found time on the Washington Wizards.
And he scored, which we know he can do.
He did.
Which he can do. All right.
Undoubtedly.
Center, we have Wembanyama here. Question remains, is he overrated? Only 53 fantasy points against the Pelicans.
Don't do this. Don't do it.
18 and 18. I don't know, man. If you're going to be 12K, you got to start producing. You know, we can't have this.
No. This was your Jokic argument from like pre-MVP Jokic days. And every day I'd be like, I don't know, John.
He's priced up because he can give you 5 blocks, 6 blocks.
He's priced up for the ceiling.
Yeah. You haven't gotten that.
I don't disagree.
You haven't gotten that this month.
I don't disagree that you haven't gotten it. The numbers are telling me that they haven't. He also last month had 4 games of 67 plus.
Now De'Aaron Fox is there.
Listen, nobody's telling you have to play Wemby. Everyone knows you want to play Jalen Duren or Alex Sarr anyway. Those are your 2 favorite players in the NBA.
For sure. I mean, yeah, honestly, I'd be good with Ayton for Charlotte. Sarr.
Dude, have you heard about all the talk in every team that plays Washington is how good Alex Sarr is?
Even the Celtics commented on it. They're like, I don't know, man, this guy's going to be a problem.
Dude, everybody is like, yo,
I mean, look at the block numbers, man. Like, he's out there giving the defensive stats and he's scoring. So,
dude, he's taken 16 plus shots in 4 straight games. That is a complete different Alex Sarr.
You take a dude in the 2nd overall pick, you hope he's this, you know?
He was, and largely, I'm not going to lie, like, salute to Ricochet. Hopefully he turns out good for Atlanta. This was like the number 1 pick for most of the
a lot of people thought.
Yeah,
they just didn't need it because they had Okongwu and they had Capella. They're like, we're kind of okay at the front court. We'll just like take a wing. I'd take Ricochet. But no, dude, obviously team 1 Sarr here. Duren, legit monster. Mark Williams the other day, he got downgraded. He still played 29 minutes, it looks like.
He played, yeah.
I mean, he's been really good. So I don't really.
Dude, we know he's a monster.
Yeah. Won't get 30, I guess, but close to it.
But like this is my thing. When people don't score or are scoring dependent, it's harder for me to get to this type of price range. But like Mark Williams has 5 double-doubles on the year, 4 double-doubles already this year. That's why I would be okay spending here.
Yeah. So you have him again at 66. Khalil Ware versus Jared Allen. Again, not the greatest Allen matchup against Chicago, but he was a monster the games before that.
Yeah.
Miles Turner.
And this game is just as good as it's going to get. Again, another Heat game, but 244 and 2. It just live moved 245.5 implied points in that Heat game.
Yeah. Miles Turner 61. We have the Gobert Nurkic matchup again. And we just had that recently. Didn't go too well for Yusuf Nurkic there.
Well, that game didn't really go too well for many people in Utah.
I agree. Wendell Carter, Klingon, anybody down here for you?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if Stewart plays. This would be a great spot for Isaiah Stewart. Klingon is hard to get to because they just like this small ball lineup that they close with. And Rob Will's back, and they're playing Duop Reith.
Mhm.
They have a 3-man rotation at center, which is just the worst for DFS. You can play Jovic. Kalkbrenner blocks every shot imaginable. Anything near him, he blocks.
Dude, four straight games with 4 blocks.
Yeah, he's an absolute monster. I was watching clips of him, and there's times where his body is off, totally. He's actually just a legit shot blocker. It's just gonna be that. He is just going to block shots. That's just what he does. The offensive game obviously just needs help.
Sure.
He's very, 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 very offensive rebound dependent. He can shoot threes a little bit too. We know Moose is going to split time with him. Moose has been super good in fantasy, 5 straight games of 20 plus fantasy points. Did you see the Jalen Smith game the other day?
So I'm kicking myself on this because now I guess I can't really say I'm kicking myself because my underdog plates ended up hitting anyways. Went 3 for 3 on that night. I went back and forth 100 times on Jalen Smith because his PRA was just 13.5. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, why is it 13.5 when he's pretty much beating that in points only? And I'm like, I get that it's Cleveland, so maybe that's why. It's Jared Allen and it's Mobley, and I'm like, he's only playing 17, 16 minutes. I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna kick myself if I play Jalen Smith and he loses because he just gets wiped off the floor here. And then he goes 18, 11 in floor, and the 13.5 was never in doubt. So
never in doubt. Literally not.
I'm gonna go back. He's got Wemby this time though.
Yeah, he does have Wemby, but he also plays 17 minutes, so he could barely match up with Wemby, right? There could just be he could just completely avoid Wemby in the 17 minutes that he's not on the floor for.
Yeah, that's the hope. So I was literally looking at sub patterns, and I'm like, all right, where does he come in the game? How does Cleveland run their sub pattern? All right, he's going to end up getting Jared Allen at the end of the first quarter. They sub out Mobley. And I'm like, I got Allen versus Smith. I'm like, is that a good matchup for him? Kinda. Dude, I was literally going deep into it, and then I just abandoned the ship and ended up putting out 3 winning plays for everybody anyways. But there was a plus multiplier on the PRA for Jalen Smith, which is why I was looking into it as hard as I was. Always a tournament play.
RIP to 13.5 for the foreseeable future.
Let's see what they got. They've been very good, or not good for us players on not releasing early lines because they don't want people getting edges apparently, which is smart for their business model, not smart for us, unfortunately. Let's see. We do have a couple. Let's see. Do we have Charlotte? 15.5.
That checks out.
15.5.
Checks out.
The guy is almost clearing that in points on a nightly basis. So,
I mean, he is. I wonder.
And this is 15, 18, 17, 21, 15, 19, or 20 rather. Obviously, this is a huge number, 40 to 33. So,
yes. Yeah. I mean, obviously, the not sustainable number.
2.5 first quarter points for Jalen Smith. Can he get 2 buckets in 3 minutes, 4 minutes? Because that's when he checks in at the end of the first quarter.
We'll see.
I guess we'll figure it out. I'll be on your pick 'em plays for Monday. We'll see if he makes an appearance. Anything else here at center?
No.
Yeah. Where do we want to start? Fox?
De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, Fox. Yeah. How do you want to handle Charlotte here?
I mean, LaMelo's out. I mean, I know you're tipping around it. Just play Knipple.
Yeah, I was gonna play Man and Knipple, honestly, 54 and 63.
I don't know what the man minutes look like with Sexton back.
Okay.
I don't think they would look bad. I'm not even saying I wouldn't play him. I want to look into it more.
Okay. Fox.
We'll have more of an answer on that one at 5 p.m. when we go live.
I mean, Anthony Black, if there is no Jalen Suggs at 47 is a really good play.
Yeah, I mean,
we obviously
he hasn't played a back-to-back.
Yeah.
So like,
I'm just gonna. Well, this will be the preview show lineup. We do go live, but we do update. We'll currently go on the premise that given all of the information that we've had, Jalen Suggs has not played a back-to-back yet this season. We will know this is an Orlando game, starts at 7 p.m. We will have the Jalen Suggs information. So for now, we'll plug Black in here. And if we have to make an adjustment at 5 o'clock and in the playbook, that will all be duly noted for all of you guys to do so there. Jovic?
Yeah. I was going to say Donnie.
I like Donnie.
It's so hard to not want every piece of that game possible. Just with how
so just play Mobley 4,700
or Jared Allen, and then do your Jovic play. That would be like a more comfortable.
I kind of want to play Duran.
You want to play Duran
or Sar? Honestly, one of the two.
Well, let's leave it here.
Because we'll have to find another value play to make that really work. Because putting in Duran or Sar is going to knock you down into like 48, 49. So, which there are value plays. Obviously, we talked about.
There's a couple at that exact number
and there could be more opening up depending on rotations and stuff like that. So
yeah, and there's a bunch of back-to-backs that teams are going through.
All right,
today.
So we'll stop it here. $5,900 center forward util. We've ran it through again. We'll be live at 5 p.m. Eastern time to do this all over again for everybody. We'll have the full playbook out from Grande. We'll be in the Discord all day, updating you as the news comes through. You guys can leave us a comment in the comment section. Let us know how you guys are feeling about this slate. Let us know some of your favorite plays. We'll talk strategy with you, and then again, we'll see you at 5. Good luck till then, everybody.